Trump administration admits error in deporting Maryland resident to El Salvador. The Department of Justice says it has no recourse now that the man is in his home country where he previously feared physical manipulation and persecution. So I guess this is an El Salvadorian citizen that was deported there and sent to this prison. Says it has no recourse, meaning, now we know this. If they accidentally drop somebody off on that, what I call the raft, if they accidentally drop somebody off in that prison, they can't get them back. Why? Because it's not your jurisdiction. You don't run shit here. You know what I'm saying? You can send them here. We'll take them. But if you fuck up, then, you know.
That you see now.
You done fucked up.
You done fucked up, you know that.
Not us. You. The Trump administration acknowledged late Monday that it had inadvertently, meaning by mistake, meaning lo cagó. Trump administration acknowledged late Monday that it had inadvertently deported a man to El Salvador last month despite a court's determination that he had a legitimate fear of persecution in his home country. All of these little things that we got, you know, in play to keep people from being persecuted, to keep people from being oppressed. All of these, bring your tired masses and all of that, all horse shit. All bullshit. Nobody cares. Humanity is no longer in the business of humanity anymore. Humanity is about to do away with all safety nets for all people. Every man for himself. Forget your civil liberties. Forget help. Nobody here to help you. You're on your own. All right? Michael McDonald, Patti LaBelle, you're on your own. This man thought that he can go through the proper process of going through the court systems and the court saying, yeah, we don't want you to be physically manipulated. We don't want you to be, persecuted. We're here for you. America. Go through the court system. What happened? He ended up in a El Salvadorian super prison where the country that told him that they would protect him says they have no recourse. He lands in the place where he was terrified to be. This removal was an error.
That you see now.
Mess up. Mistake.
Up, you know that, don't you?
Right? Now, I don't know this guy's crimes or whatever, but let's just say for my argument's sake, they sent the wrong person. This guy had he had no business being in this prison, right? They sent him there. They can't get him back. Upper echelon likes to say, oh, let's let 50,000 suffer because we made 1,000 mistakes and we got 1,000 of the wrong people. Miss me with the bullshit, okay? It's all politics. All you people want to do is tout that you made the right decision. You see what my guy's doing? I made the right decision, all right? I made the right decision, yeah. Made the right decision. Bro, this political structure in this country, this Republican side, this Democrat side, held together with Scotch tape and cardboard. It's bullshit. It's fake. It's phony. You think because they're wearing suits and ties that they're getting everything right. And no. We didn't need 1,000. We didn't need 1,000. Within 400 or 300 inmates or 250 that they've sent, we already got one that wasn't supposed to go. Your fucking administration is a first draft. So they think that they can make decisions today and don't understand that those decisions linger on into the future. Those decisions meander through time and fuck you over. And then everybody want to be in here. You see what my trompito did? And then the other side, you see what that mamao did? And when both sides are held up by Scotch tape and cardboard, it's bullshit. Didn't even take 1,000. It took 250 people for them to send the wrong motherfucker there. But everybody want to come defend their administration. Politics is bullshit. The fool is you. You the fool. Everybody, oh, look how quick he did this, how quick he did this. A f***ing mess. I can do shit quick too, just not right. I'm not about first drafts. I'm about testing. Where testing? Find the weak points. Find out where it breaks. Show me where it's weak. These administrations are first draft administrations. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're just humans, bro, just like you. They're as dumb as me and you. Dumber. Except they got a tie on and they could go tell a motherfucker, why don't you wear a suit? Why don't you eat a dick? This removal was an error, a top immigration and customs enforcement official wrote in a statement to a federal judge. Kilmar Armando Garcia, a Salvadorian, was one of the 3 deportation flights to his home country on March 15th amid a frantic legal fight over President Trumpito's decision to invoke war powers to hasten the deportation of more than 100 Venezuelan nationals. In a group of 100, ya lo cagaste. Okay, this country has regressed. It used to be, let's write constitutions for things that matter to keep human rights in check. We losing them every day more and more. And some of you sucking politician worshipping motherfuckers are out there. let's do it, sir. Take those civil liberties from us. We don't need them. Fucking dorks. They're going to send all you monkey motherfuckers to a Salvadorian prison. Was one of 3 deportation flights to his home country on March 15th amid a frantic legal fight over President Donald Trump's decision to invoke war powers to hasten the deportation of more than 100 Venezuelan nationals to El Salvador. In addition to the Venezuelans subject to Trump's invocation of the Alien Enemies Act were other deportees with purported gang ties. Trump's use of centuries-old war powers to speed deportations, invoked just 3 times in American history, has provoked a fierce legal and political battle over the president's authority. You know, I saw Kid Rock in the White House yesterday. I guess they passed something, or they wrote some kind of executive order, because it seems like we don't do legislation no more. We do executive orders around here. And I guess this executive order had to do with ticket scalping. And Kid Rock is like, I'm glad you did this so quickly. Quickly? If you're doing it fucked up, quickly don't matter. You could build a car. If you don't tighten the lug nuts, it's a wrap. Dot your I's and cross your fucking T's. Don't come in here defending some flawed shit. Do I expect things to be flawed? Yes. But Papa, you ain't been sending people to this prison but for 15 minutes. And you already sent somebody that a court ordered shouldn't go. I don't care what you think about this person's crimes. I don't care what you think about who this person is. A federal judge has barred further removals under the Alien Enemies Act while proceedings play out in court. That decision triggered Trump to call for the impeachment of judges who have ruled against his administration. He's a first draft president. They all are. They all trash. The last administration was a house. Cane and dementia. You could have called that campaign. This one is the first draft president held together with scotch tape and cardboard. Yeah, we did the greatest thing in the world. We're going to stop all the cartels. We're going to send them all to El Salvador. Next thing you know, there's just a bodega owner that just spoke Spanish in the wrong Walmart or in the wrong fucking Target. And some Karen called, and now he's in some prison like that. Oh, Shah, you're exaggerating. Fuck you. So the federal judge blocked him from doing this while the proceedings play out. But while they're trying to stop him from doing this, he's trying to get those judges the fuck out of here. So who are you going to replace those judges with? Let's replace the whole thing from top to bottom. Let's replace the whole structure. Let's replace the two-party system. That decision triggered Trump to call for the impeachment of judges who have ruled against his administration. The judge, James Boasberg, is also weighing whether the Trump administration defied his order by deporting some Venezuelans to El Salvador after he demanded the March 15 flights to be halted and turned around. So is this what we was talking about that day? Is that the reason? So I know they tried to block the law, but did they know that they had the wrong guy on that plane when they told him to make a U-turn and come back, and the plane did not? Because the president does not care about the rules. He just cares about making them. Period. Abrego Garcia was deemed by an immigration judge in 2019 to be a likely member of the MS-13 Ganga, a decision Abrego Garcia sharply contested and that the government credited to information gleaned from a confidential informant. If a confidential informant can just tell you that I'm something and you run with it, you're a piece of shit ass system. It's a garbage system. The court also agreed at the time that he should not be deported to El Salvador, finding that his fear of being persecuted and physically manipulated was credible. All right? So what are we listening to here? Do we listen to the president? Do we listen to our court systems? All these hoorah Americans will tell you, you got to do your civic duty, right? You got to listen to the judges and in the courts. Our presidents put them in play to do that, but now the president saying, fuck these judges. So who are you motherfuckers going to listen to? Where your loyalty at? You can't figure it out. You know why? Sorry. Hate to break it to you. Has to do with between these 2 points right here. I don't know what to tell you. All these administrations, you know what they are? Especially him. It's a bunch of buttons in the room, and he's just a little kid. I got to push all the buttons, right? Then when you realize you pushed that button, yeah, you did this, but it affected this too? Oh, well, we didn't know we could do about that now. Oh, we can't give you those civil liberties back after we take them. Sorry. What? Finding that his fear of being persecuted or physically manipulated was credible. As a result of that determination, Abrego Garcia was released from custody and has been living in Maryland with his wife, a U.S. citizen, and child. He was arrested by ICE on March 12th and sent to El Salvador on March 15th, where his wife recognized him in a video showing the shackled and shaven prisoners being arraigned by Salvadorian authorities. So we saw dude. We just thought he's probably the one that had to shit. No wonder he looked like he had to shit. The Trump administration now says there's nothing it can do. There's nothing they can do. Nothing. It's out of our hands, bro. My bad. The Trump administration now says there's nothing it can do to facilitate Abrego Garcia's return to U.S. custody. The Justice Department is urging a federal judge to reject a petition by Abrego Garcia's attorney to seek his return to United States custody, saying the Trump administration has no power. What? Now you ain't got no power? I thought you were all powerful, mama. Huh?
No, mommy's weak.
Stop it, man. I thought you was all powerful, son. The Justice Department is urging a federal judge to reject a petition by Abrego Garcia's attorneys to seek his return to the United States custody, saying the Trump administration has no power to force El Salvador to facilitate that demand, and that the courts have no authority to issue such an order. No mames. It took you the first trip. You didn't f*** it up on the 5th plane trip, Con Air. You f***ed it up on the first one. That's crazy. The case is before U.S. District Judge Paula Zines, an Obama appointee based in Maryland. The administration contends that despite the good faith error...
No, mommy's weak.
Mono con los ojos tapados.
The good faith error, y'all. You know, we meant well. We didn't mean to land with our whole foot up your ass and our whole up to our knee. We didn't mean to do that. We meant well. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so. The administration contends that despite the good faith error, Abrego Garcia is unlikely to face physical manipulation in El Salvador, in part because the U.S. government made a broader assessment of El Salvador's intentions when it deported the larger group of migrants. What? That sounds like triple talk for la cagaste, you're done. Good luck. This court should defer to the government's determination that Abrego Garcia will not likely be physically manipulated or unalived in El Salvador. Justice Department attorneys wrote, although the government erred, error, lo cagaste, in removing Abrego Garcia specifically to El Salvador, the government would not have removed any alien to El Salvador if it believed that doing so would violate the United States obligations under an international anti-physical manipulation treaty. What I'm telling you is, all these treaties, these anti-physical manipulation, these anti-termination sentence, all of these treaties to keep people fed, all of these treaties to give asylum to people coming from war-torn situations, all bullshit. They're going to get rid of all of that shit. It's going to be the Terminator. What you saw in the Terminator movie, that's what you're going to see around this motherfucker. I got no hope that it's going to be anything other than that. If they want to bring back laws from the 1800s to be in a hurry to fuck up and make mistakes like this and then wash their hands of it, come on, man. They're in a hurry to fuck up. And y'all are in a hurry to bomb for it. Propping up these politicians that don't give half a shit about you. After the error, okay?
Mono con los ojos tapados.
Began generating news coverage, Vice President J.D. Mamahuevo responded to a demand for explanation from Pod Save America's John Favreau. What? A former Obama administration official who described Abrego Garcia as an innocent father from Maryland. Vance mocked Favreau, saying he must not have read the court documents because Abrego was a convicted MS-13 ganguero. The court documents, however, do not describe Abrego Garcia as a convicted gang member. They're liars. They're liars, okay? They're liars. They can say whatever. These devils, these demons that are in there. Court documents, however, do not describe Abrego Garcia as a convicted gang member. Rather, a judge in 2019 denied him release from detention over a government informant's claim that Abrego Garcia was a member of that gang. That decision was upheld by the Board of Immigration Appeals. So that means anybody could just say you are whatever the fuck they want you to say, and that's it. So you have to validate your choice. That's the problem in this country. You have to validate your choice. If your choice is fucked up, you don't want to admit it. You want to back up into the bushes like Homer Simpson. It's just what it is. Politics. Okay? Joke's on you. If that ain't human trafficking, I don't know what is. I don't know. Sounds real trafficky to me, huh? Also, the legal status that he had received is very difficult to obtain. Have to show hard proof. A man was double screwed. Right, so he went through the due process to clear his name, basically is what you're saying, right, Fernando? He went through the due process in America to clear his name, and the first draft president shipped him to the raft. Seen the case of some guy from Venezuela that got deported because he had a tattoo of a crown on top of a soccer ball. Said he was TDA. Like, what? Any tattoo? Huh? We've had people, upper echelon being one of them, go, well, why he had his tattoo for? Because he fucking liked soccer. He wanted to put a crown on it. Everything ain't mutually exclusive. Everything don't mean one thing. There are gray areas, and that's what moving fast doesn't fix. That's what moving fast doesn't account for. That there's too many moving parts for you to think, oh, with one thought, I got it figured out. Especially if you're as dumb as somebody like Trompito or Biden or whoever whatever demon they chose to put in place to oppress you, goofy motherfuckers. Fernando said Apple rolls out a software update. They release a beta version first to catch bugs and issues. Trump, on the other hand, didn't bother testing the system before deporting people who were here illegally. And that was the simple explanation that I was trying to give upper echelon last time we had this conversation. That you can't just do shit. Biden did it too. They all do it. The joke is on you. Everybody thinks they're safe in their living room with their little bills barely paid through this inflation and shit. Good luck. Can't love some parts of the Constitution and hate other parts. They want to throw it all away. All of it gonna mean nothing very soon. I'm sad for our grandchildren and great-grandchildren and our children, really. The left is gonna turn this into a clusterfuck, like I said. The left and the right, they get together and they make a clusterfuck baby. Some demon spawn. Most likely won't get him unalive, just like he most likely wasn't going to get deported. Yeah, most likely he'll be all right. And don't worry about it. According to upper echelon, that one guy that may or may not be in MS-13, that one guy that may be just a regular old political refugee from a country that lives with his wife, his American wife and his kids, and he minding his business, just maybe that one innocent man. Maybe that man just saved 10,000 other ones, according to upper echelon's theory. He just saved 10,000 other ones. No, mom.
No, mommy's wait.
I'm cool with the shit happens comment if your reaction is shit happens when bad shit happens in your life, which I'm sure that's not your take. That's why I just told him he gonna cry like a when it happens to him. I didn't do nothing. Trump, why would you send me here? Listen, I get the same feeling. Well, who was it? Oh, it was William Borden. He was like, free Barbie. And I was like, why? I said, don't you know Barbie would physically manipulate you and take your shit? Why would he do that? I'm his supporter. Because he don't give a fuck. Once he run out of people to fucking, victimize, you next. Period. Oh, why would Trump? I voted for Trump. Why would he send me to a raft? I don't know. Ask him. It's out of his hands now, though. He can't hear you. Why? Because you're on a raft in the middle of the ocean of the world somewhere that nobody can get to you. Why? Because the guy you voted for put you there.
I trust our intelligence agencies and the intelligence individuals that are within the Department of Homeland Security, that the individuals who are there are members and a part of this organization.
Oh, you trust them, pendeja? I trust them as much as I trust your lips being real. I trust them as much as I trust your eyelashes being real. I trust them as much as I trust, you know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. That's how much I trust them.
And have worked with them. And while we were there at that prison, we not only talked about how to identify these members of these terrorist organizations, but what they did, their actions they took, the case files we built on them, and how we verified that those individuals should be there in that prison. I am very confident in the fact that those individuals that are there should be there, and that by belonging to these organizations, they were choosing.
As confident as I'm in that you have really rosy cheeks, and I'm willing to doubt your eyes even at this point. You know what I'm saying?
To be on the side that wanted to destroy the United States of America.
Oh yeah,
Homeland
let's sell
Security
that narrative that they were on the side of somebody that wanted to just say whatever. We can say whatever in this country. You know what I'm saying? Guess what, y'all? I got 1 million subs. It don't have to be true. I just said it. If it's true or not, who cares?
Secretary Kristi Noem expressing confidence that her agency is only removing criminals from the U.S. On Sunday night, 17 additional men were deported to a notorious prison in El Salvador. According to Secretary of State Marco Rubio, the U.S. military only transported
Rubio. We got the dullest of dorks just holding shit down for us.
violent criminals, including murderers and rapists with gang affiliations. El Salvador's president posted another video yesterday showing the men in restraints as they were let off a U.S. Air Force plane. According to a senior State Department official, 7 of the men are Venezuelan citizens, while the other 10 are citizens of El Salvador. Meanwhile, the Trump administration...
What happens when Mauricio Trompito decides that I shouldn't say the things that I say? He just throw me in a prison. Well, shit, that one unjust arrest might have saved 100,000 people. Shut your stupid asses up, man. Go get your fucking shine box.
Go home and get your fucking shine box.
Administration acknowledged in a court filing yesterday it inadvertently deported a Maryland man to El Salvador because...
Oops, my bad. I didn't mean to send you there. Sorry.
...of an administrative error, but that U.S. courts are powerless to order his return. Kilmar Armando Garcia is a Salvadorian national who came to the U.S. at the age of 16 in 2011 after fleeing gang threats in his native land.
Wouldn't that tell you he's probably not part of the gang? Huh? There was a certain gang when I was a little kid that was on the corner of my crib, right? And my brother used to go to war with them. He didn't go to war with them because he was a gang banger. He went to war with them because he didn't want to be in their gang and they was going to fuck him up every day until he joined. And that never happened. This guy leaves at 16, leaves his country, comes here. You know how hard it is to figure out if this guy is a law-abiding tax-paying citizen? You know how hard it is? As hard as it is for these Wojciechowski motherfuckers to pronounce a Spanish last name, to pronounce a Spanish first name, to pronounce an African name. That's how hard it is. That they can't figure out that a 16-year-old may have left that country and may be worried about going back because he didn't want to join that gang. He probably told that gang, fuck you.
According to Politico, he was deemed by an immigration judge in 2019 to be a likely member of the MS-13 gang, a decision he sharply contested and that the government credited to information gleaned from a confidential informant.
From a confidential informant. So anybody can say anything on you, but what you say means nothing. What that rat said means something. What the fuck?
But the court also agreed at the time that he should not be deported to El Salvador, finding that his fear of being persecuted or tortured was credible. On Monday, attorneys for the government admitted that Abrego Garcia was deported accidentally. Although ICE was aware of his protection from removal to El Salvador, Abrego Garcia was removed to El Salvador because of an administrative error.
Now you see now, you done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
But they don't care that they fucked up because it ain't nobody that they love that they threw in El Salvadorian super prison, not just a regular joint. They ain't just send this dude to a regular joint. This is a dude that avoided his entire country over some gang shit. Now they send him to where all of the illest gang motherfuckers are all at waiting for him. Accidentally, they send him there. But according to some people's logic, that one guy just saved 10,000.
Trump lawyers said the court has no ability to bring him back now that he is in Salvadorian custody. The man's attorney is asking the court to order the Trump administration to ask for his return and, if necessary, to withhold payment to the Salvadorian government, which says it's charging
now the judge, now they have to hold back the money to try to get this motherfucker back. They're not going to hold back the money. Oh, sorry, we can't do it. They want to be able to send prisoners.
United States $6 million a year to jail U.S. deportees. Trump administration attorneys told the court to dismiss the request on multiple grounds, including that Trump's primacy in foreign affairs outweighs the interests of the man and his family.
They're so honest, boy. The honesty is crazy. You're not worth us fucking up our relationship with these wardens that we pay off. You're not worth it. So I know we fucked up. My bad.
Trump administration attorneys told the court to dismiss the request on multiple grounds, including that Trump's primacy in foreign affairs outweighs the interests of the man and his family, and also noted that he was not likely to be tortured or killed.
Not likely. Not likely. They will tell you in a desperate situation where you know your husband is going to be terminated and unalived, and they'll be like, no, he should be fine. They know that ain't true. They don't even care if it's true or not. They just want you to shut the fuck up and get out of their face. Fucking talk to me. Go away.
According to his attorney, Abrego Garcia has no criminal record, is married to a U.S. citizen, and has a 5-year-old disabled child who is also a U.S. citizen.
So John, you're covering the story, and of course, the judge in 2019, during President Trump's first term, said that if he went back to El Salvador, he was
skinny ass Al Sharpton. Better get the fuck out of here. Ozempic ass Al.
Likely to be tortured, right?
Yes.
So he's in El Salvador right now, and they're admitting that they made a mistake. The president has a very close relationship with the El Salvador government, Salvadorian government. Can't they just say, we made a mistake?
Listen to the cojones on these people. These people are telling you, I made a mistake. I sent the motherfucker to the wrong place, but guess what? Fuck 'em. Too bad. They're not even hiding it no more, saying, oh, we didn't make no mistake. He's supposed to be there. They say, oh, no, we fucked up, but fuck him. Fuck you. That's basically what it means.
Please return this man.
Please return this man, and we'll process him correctly.
President Trump just yesterday took to Truth Social to praise the president of El Salvador, thank him for his help in his immigration policies. This is the first time the administration has admitted a mistake. This is not the first time that others have said there's been a case of mistaken identity. We've heard from other family members, other immigration activists who say, look, you've swept up some of the wrong people and deported them to this prison in El Salvador, which is known as a hell prison. And this, though, the Trump administration is saying, yes, we shouldn't have deported him there, but are claiming, and again, let's make clear, claiming that they have no ability to get him back. Now that's the crux of it now. The families, this man's attorneys are pushing to say that's ridiculous. Of course you can withhold payment. Reverend Sharpton, this is something where this man needs to be returned. He's committed no crime here in the United States. He has no criminal record. Police at the time, when he was first rounded up, they said they had no evidence he was a gang member, though an immigration judge said it was, that deemed it, quote, likely because
they had no evidence he was a gangbanger. It's just likely. That's Chicago shit, too. Suppose Chicago police do that shit. They catch you on a certain block. They throw you in the gang book, whether you in that supposed to be in that book or not. Anybody in power is incompetent. Most people in power are incompetent. Incompetent. We are a doomed civilization. All right? I'm Woody Harrelson, the doomsday guy in the woods. I'm telling you. We've always been
of information they got later from a confidential informant. But the fact of the matter is, this is someone who has not committed a crime in the United States other than being here illegally. And in defiance of court recommendations, the Trump administration put him to El Salvador and claims they just can't get him back.
And I think
this guy right here didn't say. They asked him, these two goofballs asked him a question, and all he did was talk the same shit that the whole thing was, the whole story was about.
this is the kind of example that those of us that resist this administration ought to really be amplifying, because you have to make people in Wisconsin, in Florida, understand that could be you. This guy has no reason to be in a jail in El Salvador. He's only there because of Trump's policies. And now the Trump people are saying we can't do anything about it, whether we believe that or not. I mean, how do you do that in the United States of America? And to say to a court, well, his interest, the president's, outweighs the family. Well, I thought the president's interest was to protect all the citizens of the United States.
No, that's not his job, Mr. Sharpton. His job ain't to protect the U.S. citizens of the United States. Wasn't his job, wasn't Biden's job, wasn't Obama's job, wasn't none of their jobs. He ain't protecting shit, right? Their job is to do what they want to do whenever they want to do it, eat a fresh baby every morning, and, take away more civil liberties and more freedom from the people. And if I just happen to accidentally send you to a super prison in another country, my bad. Fuck you.
Here's a woman who's a citizen whose husband is there, admittedly for no reason. This is a threat to everyone.
And then you know what's going to happen? What's going to happen? He going to pull a rabbit out of a hat. He going to get this guy back to this country. Then he's going to say, look what I did. I did amazing things. Who's ever been able to go get somebody out of a country and just ask the president, say, excuse me, President, there's a guy in there, probably shouldn't be in there. Can I get that guy? I did that. It's done. It happened. It's a huge deal. Dude should come back, and then dude will come back and what? Campaign for him. When dude should come back and be like, fuck you, punk, and sue the government. And the joke's on you. That's why I laugh at you political ass people, boy. I laugh at you. Y'all don't see the shit that, y'all don't see that shit. The shit that we see, you don't see it.
Everybody, but you have to drive that to the public to understand.
First of all, no one believes that the Trump administration cannot get this guy back. If they actually want to get him back, they may not. They've been dictating the terms of this relationship with El Salvador from the beginning, paying $6 million to take all these alleged criminals. And I think the larger point, Joe, something we talk about, which most Americans say, if you have gang members who are here illegally committing crimes, get them out of the country. Right. People support that.
Nobody
but what
disagrees.
happens when you go in with a big net and scoop up a lot of people, in some ways indiscriminately, you're going to get stories like this.
Well, and this goes back to what we said the morning before Jeffrey Goldberg came on with the second signal info dump, which is sometimes the best political move, the smart political move, is to say we made a mistake.
Yeah.
Not going to do it again. In fact, we've learned from our mistake.
No. They don't want to learn from their mistake. They don't want to learn from their mistakes. They'll acknowledge it. They don't want to go snatch them up. Why? Because they might have to do it again and again and again and again. Every time they fuck up, no, they're going to set a precedent. They're going to set a precedent. We don't go back. We don't negotiate with terrorists. We don't go back. Why? Because this ain't the last time, bro. This ain't the last time. They done probably fucked up twice since, dude. That's what it is.
We think this is a policy that most Americans want, and we said we were going to do. We made a mistake with this one gentleman. We're going to bring him back, and he's going to go through the correct deportation process, and he'll have due process, everything else. So, yeah, but to say we don't have the power, nobody believes that. So, again, sometimes it's just best to say, hey, we're doing a lot of stuff. We messed up. We're going to bring this guy back and do the right thing.
The problem is...
And Americans will say, okay, this policy, I support the policy, and they're admitting when they make a mistake.
The entire flights are in question because these people did not receive due process, and the judge, so there's a bigger issue going on about the entire group of men that were sent.
Why? Because for those that don't know, a judge ordered that they turn the fucking plane around and bring it back, and Trump said, Jodete. No. Why? Because they don't care about the rules no more that they made, that they put in place to give the illusion to the people that there was some kind of power to the people. Fred Hampton, rest in peace.
To El Salvador, and more being sent now. And now they're saying a mistake, but we can't fix it. My God. We'll be following this. We'll have much more
But again,
tomorrow.
the thing is that this is something
My God.
that, first of all, was promised on the campaign, but it was promised for criminals, right? Number one.
Right.
Number two, it is a policy that the overwhelming number of Americans support. So carried out in a way that will keep the overwhelming the Americans on your side. And when you make a mistake, admit it, fix it.
They make too many mistakes to admit it and fix it. They maybe do one. You'll never hear it again. They'll put some kind of executive order in place so they don't have to do that shit no more. What a crock of shit. Bukele's his boy. Shouldn't be hard to get back. Oh, but he doesn't, hey, y'all lucky I admitted that we fucked up. Hit the like button if you have yet to do so, please. Y'all lucky we admitted that there was an error. Error. Y'all lucky we admitted that. Fernando said, even if he was in a gang a long time ago, it appears the man has been living the right life for a long time. Bro, he ain't bothering nobody, bro. He got sent there for no reason. He's already the first mistake, bro. Ya lo cagaron. Ya lo cagaron.
Sí la cagó, mira, hizo...
Feel like they sent him in that initial plane and were doing their best to find dirt on him so they could justify it, but couldn't. He ain't gonna be the only one. We are under the table like this, and the tabletop's on our back while they eat. Have a food fight.